And welcome to Healthcare Sucks. Strange Days. I remember a movie. Do you guys love it when I start out like that? I remember a movie. I think that's called old man disease or something. Women get it too, by the way. Don't you kid yourself. Okay, so we'll jump right into it. We're going to hear about a drug called Chlorlen. I'm not saying it right. Plaquenil. Okay. One of the fun chronic things I have, I'll share with you guys, is systemic lupus. I was on Plaquenil for years, and I can tell you straight out, uh, it's not too bad. It upsets some people's stomachs. Um, if I'm real lucky, I might even have an old bottle of that laying around for an emergency. You never know. Being an old survivalist prepper, we tend to keep things. Um, So if any of you do get to the point you have to take it, we're all different, but I can tell you from my personal experience, it's not too bad. I told you guys I was on the I've been on the new test drug, which we're gonna do a whole video on it. It's a drug called Rapamune. It's a anti-aging drug that uh, maybe about 50 people in the United States, if that, are even on it. It's a kind of a exploratory, again, anti-aging drug. It's exactly what it says. But when you have severe lupus like I have, it's almost put me in remission where nothing else was, and I was having constant problem. Plus, anybody that's got arthritis and stuff knows how that is. Well, mine was about 20 times worse than rheumatoid arthritis. So yeah, I suffer. I was bedridden at times. All right. So long story short, good drug, but it would be very hard for you to get that. We don't know how that's going to work on the Wuhan 19. But back to Plaquenil Corvin. Um, they say it's working. We're going to hear the president talk about it. We're going to hear BP talk about it. Then we're going to jump onto the strange happenings. So with that, Fair Use Act, everything here is an hallucination, Wizard of Oz. But we're going behind the curtain today. Here we go.
To get back to the governors, I do want to say to me something so big. The FDA has approved a compassionate use for a significant number of patients. We have a drug called chloroquine. A derivation would be hydroxychloroquine, which I hear even better about. It's a common malaria drug. It's been available, so therefore the safety level we understand very well. It's been relatively safe, and it showed very encouraging early results. Really encouraging. If this works as well as hopefully it might, the FDA, which would have taken normally much longer to do under our great secretary, has been fantastic. The head of the FDA has been Dr. Hahn, Dr. Stephen Hahn. He's been fantastic. Uh, he got it approved very quickly. I won't even tell you how quickly, but let's put it this way: it's approved, and we're uh, encouraging you to take a look at it. We have ordered a lot of it, and you can too. It's by prescription. It's a very powerful drug for malaria and also for various forms of very serious arthritis. But we think it has a very serious, very good impact on what we're talking about with respect to the virus. So you'll take a look at that and you can coordinate with us. But I think to me that's a game changer. You know about the vaccines are fine, but that will be a while before you can test them because you have to leave quite a bit of period. We are making tremendous progress on the vaccine, but it still takes a long while to test it. We're also studying this and other promising therapies, which is a therapy produced by Gilead, and that would be it's called remdesivir, and it shows great promise. And Regeneron is a company which is also working very hard on a drug, and it's also they're doing very well. They are the ones that came up with a very successful solution to.
So the other one he mentioned is something new. However, flashback to China. China was already using uh, Plaquenil. We're just going to call it by that name, Chlorophene. Um, and they were saying it worked back then. So I have videos on it if you want to go way back to the China outbreak, probably about 3 weeks ago, month and a half, give or take. Um, and their doctors were saying it worked. So with that, I don't know. It's just something to do or to say. So I thought I would cover it, guys. Um, let's go to
Ebola, and they've been a fantastic company. So we have some great.
Let's go to. I think something fell in my other room, guys. It wasn't a person. It's okay. All right, let's see what BP has to say about it. Okay, tune in to BP.
Take another dose. March the 19th, 2020. Guys, in the video earlier, we mentioned chloroquine, the drug that they were using up in Washington, and I think out of 45 patients or something like that, and after 6 days of treatment, they were COVID-19 free. Great, that's great news. They're gonna take another dose, and you can get this. You have to get it doctor prescribed, but in a pill form. But anyway, then after 28 days, they get another dose. Then they watch those patients, I guess, with weekly or monthly checkups or something, and see how they do over that 12-month period. But out of the 45 tested, again from the age of 18 to 55, I think, it was 100% cured or no signs. In other words, the test showed no signs of COVID-19 after 6 days. And I want to touch on that a minute. And the word chloro is actually an ancient Greek word, probably older than that. But if you look at the Greek translations of it, you'll see. But chloroquine, and also, first, it's a medication used to prevent and treat malaria in areas where malaria is known to be sensitive to its effects. Certain types of malaria, resistant strains, and complicated cases typically require different or additional medication. Occasionally, it is used for ameboasis that is occurring outside the intestines, rheumatoid arthritis, and lupus. It is taken by mouth. It is also being used experimentally to treat COVID-19 infections now. Again, this is Wikipedia. It's just the basics, guys. It's been around since 1934. It says common side effects include muscle problems, loss of appetite, diarrhea, and skin rash. Serious side effects include problems with vision, muscle damage, seizures, and low blood cell levels. It appears to be safe for use during.
To let you know what they do is they do a baseline with your eyesight. Of course, we couldn't do that right now on people. But and then you go back like 6 months later and check your vision again. But I personally never had no problems with it on the eyes or anything, and I was on it for years, guys. So it's pretty much so. It's not safe for everybody, but I would recommend it definitely because I've been on it. So with that, we're going to jump to the next thing that's going on out there. That's strange tonight. First, let's go to China. I'm telling you right now, they had an antiviral, they had vaccination, they had when they made the Wuhan, they made the other stuff for it. The vaccination, the whole 9 yards, guys. Don't kid yourself. No sick military ever all the way through this. Not a single one. And there would at least been one or two. Minimum. And no emperor's family sicknesses and cheese running around without a mask at times, singing and dancing in the rain. No. There's a lot more afoot right now too, but we're going to cover that later. So let's cover this, and you can just see it's almost like a movie, fictional. It's just nuts. Watch this, guys.
Covered. It started in China. It's a made in China crisis. The coronavirus pandemic began in China. It peaked, then it subsided. For the past 5 days, very few new cases are being reported in China. Temporary hospitals are being folded up. Emergency workers are being sent home.
See any similarities between that and North Korea, the show North Korea puts on for everybody? I do. Oh no, heartwarming music.
So China is recovering, but the rest of the world is struggling. There are more than 200,000 cases worldwide now. The figure has doubled in 2 weeks. More than 8,000 people have died. More than 82,000 people have recovered. China had almost half of the global cases, more than 81,000, 3,200 deaths. Now China's numbers are falling. But elsewhere, the death toll is mounting, the disease is spreading, and China is to blame. This is a Chinese virus. Tonight, we'll give you 4 reasons why. 1. China ignored reports of the virus for weeks when it was first reported. 2. China targeted the whistleblowers. 3. China destroyed test samples of patients. And 4. China lied to the world about how serious the situation is. Had China been transparent about the coronavirus outbreak, the world would have had a head start in containing this epidemic.
And 5, it's a bioengineered weapon out of their lab, without a doubt, guys. There's no frickin', that's right, I said the frickin' word, fricasseed doubt that that's what it is. I am not joking you. I've watched this from the beginning. The hair spidey senses are all going off. And furthermore, with this kind of recovery, we all know the numbers were jumbled, just like the other lies. The went through 4 lies. And they had incinerators. If you didn't see that, go back and watch my earlier videos. I mean, like super amped up cremation devices that came off cargo, in the form of cargo things on trucks. They just pushed them out, slide them in, cook them up, and slide them out. Basically like McDonald's almost, or Burger King. Yeah. Sorry guys, that was a little brutal, but I'm not falling for it. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot more going on with the way the United States is going, the rest of the world. This is either one world order, the starting of, and it's gonna kick in exactly what I've been saying for a while, or we're looking at possibility of war or some other serious global changing catastrophe coming, guys, and soon. They're talking about keeping us locked up for the 6 months to a year thing. Mike Around the World doing a show with Paul, and I refer to him because he's got the connections, guys, and he was with like intelligence or something. Plus, he's well connected with the Lord. So, Mike from Council of Time, just clarify who and what I always do, so you guys know he's not a nut job. Call me a nut job. I don't care. I'm cool with it. But however, I got toilet paper. You got toilet paper. Hey, 99, Team 99. We got toilet paper. We did it. We're going to survive this thing. Like they said, that song, I Will Survive. It's a pretty good song, actually. So, I don't know, guys. There's just more going on. And I've heard from a lot of you. Marfugo came on Marfugo TV tonight and was talking about WAR situation. And I think he knows more too, but he can only say so much because he's quieted down. So if you want to find out the full what he feels, go see him on DLive. If you can get over there and get on it and figure out, you can go to Marfugo TV and click on the box and supposedly you get the the notifications. I get a few. But love Brother Marv. Those guys are great. And Marfugals, hats off. So we're going to jump back into this. Then I want to go and show you reality time in Italy, I believe it is. So let's watch a couple more minutes of this.
The hashtag China lied, people died is trending, and there's merit to it. On this show tonight, we will show you evidence of China's cover-up. This report has been prepared after days of research and backed up by several international publications of repute. This is the story of the Chinese pandemic.
So, if you want to see the rest of this, you got to tune in to part 2. That'll be next. Because I want to dedicate the next video is going to be to what they're going to talk about on this. So you got to stay tuned. I know that's a terrible thing. It's like watching when you used to watch regular TV and it was like, tune in next week. You know, and were like, damn, man, I got to tune in I can't wait a week. Well, luckily, healthcare sucks. You only got to wait an hour, give or take. So I do want to skip over to the other one I was talking about because this is like sad right off the bat. This will give you, I hope, to guide, not what we're heading to, but my gut feeling. We are heading down a slippery slope, and I don't think there's no way back up it right now. And again, we're only being told so much. I mean, the money sounds great, guys, if we get the money. By the way, check your food stamp cards if you get SNAP. I get $50. I'll just tell you, ooh, $50, but $50 is $50. And it's not just me. I have a couple disabled people in my household, one of my sons, and another person. So, with that being said, check your SNAP cards. Supposedly there's some kind of money on it. We'll find out. I'll do that when I do the video too. I'll let you know. So let's jump on this. And it's sad right off the bat. I'm going to warn you guys. Sad.
Run out of space to bury its dead. These military trucks are taking the coffins to nearby cities for burial. The coronavirus has hit the Lombardy region like no other place in Italy. Names and faces of lost loved ones fill the local papers as the death toll keeps climbing. Physicians and officials are appealing for help.
We are in full emergency with this coronavirus pandemic. Our health personnel, nurses, and physicians are working round the clock, countless hours to fight this incredible situation. We do not know how long this pandemic will last. We are in desperate need of both nurses and physicians, together with ventilators and dispositives for protection.
Efforts to build a temporary hospital in the epicenter are underway.
Remember what I've been talking about this being pre-planned and all set up by China and stuff? I'm leading way towards that. That's what this is. And they've got another move coming. Another chess move on the board. You watch, guys. But with that, they were all poor. And it was, again, the poor people did stuff. Those were the sacrifices. The elite's already moving into ghost cities, guys. I covered it. I told you. The factory cities have been retooled. They never were out of anything, ever. They were never. The cities were done and made it look like, remember, North Korea. If you don't know what I'm talking about, run some North Korea films. You'll see it. It's always set up shops, but they're not real shops. Okay? Anyway, it's fictional. So, what they did, and I covered this, and go back and check out some of my videos, is poor us, and we ship everybody, poor them, plane loads of stuff, plane loads of masks, plane loads of meds, plane loads of the stuff we all needed. Then when we asked, now are they going to help us? Guess what we were told? Beep. I beeped it. Beep. That's how you beep something, physically. Anyway, and India makes a lot of antibiotics, and they gave us the beep. I'll just do the bleep. So you know, it's sad. Like Italy's really suffering. France is getting ready to go down. America, wow. I'm gonna keep on it for you guys. Remember another thing I talked to you about the internet, and I kept telling you guys is ahead of time. Again, healthcare sucks. And 99, Team 99, we're so ahead of the curve. You know, I don't want no credit for any of it, guys. You know what my credit is? Having you guys watch and spread and share. And, you know, soon we can maybe share more. I should get this thing that makes it so more people can watch us, and maybe we can help more people. That's what I want to do. But as far as, you know, saying I told you so and all that, I told you so. No, I had to get it out of the way. What it is, that's egotistical BS. You don't do that because the Lord will come back and smack you. You get too big an ego, he'll smack you down. Trust me. That's why I try to be little bitty. Healthcare sucks. Hey, that's somebody else. Did you hear him? Let me over there. All right. One time. Beep. Okay. Back to reality. If this is reality, guys. This is like Twilight Zone stuff, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just going to keep on it. And I'll keep passing news to you guys. You pass it around. That's all we can do right now. Things are changing. Like, another thing. Remember back when I told you tick on the clock? Take it. Now it's like, if you didn't catch it in one of my earlier videos, New York was like, at 10 o'clock this morning, there was like 10 deaths or something, and 1,300 confirmed cases. And then by like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe even 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it was like 3,600 or something, you know, heading towards 4,000 now, and 22 more deaths. So this thing is like wrapping up, guys. Not good.
It's hoped that 200 intensive care units will be ready by the month's end. Italy has also turned to the country where the virus originated for support. Medical teams from China have flown in to lend their expertise.
The people of our two countries will stay together and support each other to jointly overcome the hardship. I believe the top-class teams of experts will learn from each other and make joint efforts, and surely we'll be able to subdue the outbreak very soon. Cheer up, Italy.
Amid speculation that the lockdown could be extended for several more weeks, Italians are finding simple ways to lift their spirits.
Does anybody else not seem to remember just a short time ago we were like in this trade war situation? Remember that thing called the trade war? And it was looking to benefit us. And all of a sudden, sleight of hand, it went away. All of a sudden, impeach slid under the mat and went away. The right and the left are now ring around rosying, which I'm for that. I love that, guys. It's awesome. Let's hope it keeps up. But I don't believe in coincidence. I'm going to always tell you that. I just don't. And there's just way too many strange things to even count right now, guys. I'll try to bring you as many of them as I can. Send me stuff when you come up. You've been sending some stuff in, by the way. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Because Team 99 means we're all part of one team. And then we help others. That's what we do, man. Every once in a while I say something and it doesn't sound like, you know, I really care, but I do. And sometimes I'm firm, but you have to be firm. You can't have safe spaces right now and be all snowflakey-ish, you know, and sheepalized. Like that? Sheepalized instead of sheepish. You have to be firm, and that's how you get through these things. But I do care, and I'm not prejudiced either. You know, I just state facts. Another thing that's going on right now, many of you have kids that are out, of course. And just like we've always done, or they've always done, the big beach parties, the big parties, and you're watching it on your news stations, the 5 big channels tonight. Kids are partying and saying, we don't give a damn. That corona won't get me. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Well, it's true. But what they don't realize, too, is they're going to spread it. They're going to bring it home to their family members. I don't even know how to tell you guys how to deal with that one. Because you love your family. You love your kids. So when they show up back from Fort Lauderdale, are you going to lock the door? Are you going to stick... Wait, here's just a thought. Stick them in the garage for 2 weeks. Actually, it's 30 days. This 2-week thing's a bunch of hooey, too. Stick them in the garage. Slide a plate of food out 3 times a day. And they can come and go out the garage, man. It's all good. Or if it's on total lockdown, drill a hole into the garage. Run some cable in there. Actually, everything's Wi-Fi now, huh? Don't even have to do that. Slide their game machines in there and their TVs. Get out the camping gear. Tell them to dig out the camping gear out of the corner out there in the garage. Just move one of your cars out and it'll be good to go, man. You know, space heaters work. You know what I mean? That was a good one. Sorry, guys. But it's true. But it's true. It's just a thought. I don't know how you all will handle it. I guess if I had my old house, I had a big house prior to where I live now, but I'm very happy where I live now. I probably would do the garage thing. It's probably safe. It's a good idea. If they're going to be out there running around and doing all this other stuff, that is until they actually do the full-scale lockdown that's coming. If you notice, the military's getting here and there and everywhere. One other last thought, and then I'm going to shut this down and go on to the next video so you guys can watch that one. Carnival, the cruise liners, the pandemic dish, virus spreaders, have voluntarily said they'll just park their ships over and we can use them as hospital ships like that big one that pulled in, I think, in San Diego or somewhere. Are they nuts? Are they nuts? And you know what that's about? Let me tell you straight out. They're not doing it out of the courtesy of their heart. They're doing it because they'll get paid for every bed, everybody that they stick on that damn ship and gets toasted. And it's sad, guys, that again, there's such strange things. Feel free to hit me up. I'm going to let you go. Healthcare sucks. I'm going to make that other video right now.